Greetings, everyone. Confirm that you can hear me and see me in comments. It is such an honor to be here with you. I am AuroRa. Trying to see where you can hear me. Greetings, everyone. There we go. So it looks like you can hear me and see me. Thank you for being here. I am AuroRa. I am the founder of A.U.R.A. Hypnosis, Entity Removal, Past Life Regression. I am also the author to Galactic Soul History of the Universe, which you can find under Amazon, under paper and ebook, and you can find only under audiobook under my website, risingphoenixaurora.com, where you can find out more information about who I am, as well as I do offer past life regression or hypnosis sessions, as well as raw Reiki, which are all entity removal based, and quantum galactic Akashic readings. To book any of these sessions, go to my website. I do also offer these beautiful, phenomenal teachings that have been taught to me and channeled over to me from Divine Mother of Creation, from Yeshua, from the scenes, from the ascended masters of creation. And it took me some time to actually say that publicly, but it is something that needs to be said, because they always say it, the angels always say it, and so do the clients when they're in sessions, that these are sacred teachings given to us by Mother of Creation and these ascended masters. So love for you to join us through any of these courses which I teach at retreats, which I am going to the retreat. Next one is in May, where I will be hosting A.U.R.A. Hypnosis, Entity Removal again, and Raw Reiki, where you learn how to become your own self-healer. You stop having to look for others to heal you. It is not truly until you heal yourself that you can really embody the self-healing and the activations and really the ascension that is meant to come forth when you learn to self-heal yourself, your current self, you, and also the past life you, who holds traumas and infringements within. So that's why it is huge and gigantic, or hypnosis and raw Reiki, because it is entity removal based, which means you can remove implants, hooks, entities, trauma that has happened through time and space. So yes, join me at the retreat, where I will be teaching both the A.U.R.A. hypnosis, past life regression, and the raw Reiki. And we host these retreats typically about 3 times a year. This is our second one. Love to meet you there. Watch our testimonials under our playlist under YouTube. You can find out more about how beautiful these retreats are. If you want to change your world and start walking your most organic timeline, come learn, come experience it. It doesn't matter if you feel you're veteran enough in these teachings in spirituality. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that you are sovereign, that you believe in yourself, and that you know that you have these beautiful potentials, and you begin to deprogram the programming of Earth, of I feel like Yeshua's already talking to me through me. So you can deprogram that and remove the inverted, so you start walking your most organic timeline and you become your self-healer. Love to meet you in Eureka Springs, which is sacred. Shambhala energies is our Shambhala of the states. So come bask in these beautiful energies. And then also, we also teach those courses online through our online workshops, where you again learn how to walk your most organic timeline. And the next one for that one is in June. So hope to see you in May and June. But otherwise, all these courses that we teach, how to open your third eye, Isis Priestess course, how to quantum galactic Akashic training, all of that is all taught on demand too. If you don't want to wait for live classes, you could actually purchase them now under my website and receive these sacred teachings now that are truly embody the most beautiful source of light, Divine Mother, scenes, all this energy that we will be talking about today. So come embody this within yourself. We are the scenes now, as Yeshua will tell you. Thank you. What a joy it is to be here with you. I am excited to be here with you. I will be, yes, as you saw, we are hosting Yeshua's 5th class. We begin to actually channel him years ago, say maybe about 5 years ago, 4 to 5 years ago on YouTube. And every single one of these transmissions that I've delivered, that he's delivered messages through me as the bridge, as the channel, have been profound, have shifted the world, activated people's hearts, and has left us in tears. And yes, so I hope you really enjoy this one. I am excited. I haven't channeled him for a couple years, so I'm so excited to be here with you all. I've been feeling his love around me, and truly I am just so thankful for his love and his beautiful creation. As I remember, I walked with Jesus once. I walked with Jesus in that time and space, and I remember his beauty. And this is one of the reasons why I can channel him and embody his beauty. But so do you, though. You walk with Jesus too. You walk with Yeshua too, because you remember him. So yeah, excited I am. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, so go to Spotify, Odyssey, Rumble. I am everywhere that you can think of so that you can find me, share our videos. So important to activate and to awaken people to their hearts, to their love, as that is what we're missing on earth, the love. That is the imbalance, not enough love, not enough source of light. So go share, follow, go to all my social medias, and then to support all that I do, go to Patreon for $4 a month. Thank you. I love you, honor you, and respect you. Let's get started. So if you haven't added your questions to any of our social media posts, go ahead and write them now in the live chat. We have Gina watching over chat as well, and ensure to write your questions there, and then we'll bring them over here, and then she'll be reading them out loud. So write them there and we'll get to them as best as possible. Gina, I know it's exciting to channel Yeshua, so you can keep me, if you like, 15 minutes past 2 in there. But yeah, let's get started. It is huge what he's about to talk about. What an honor, what an honor. So we're going to get started now, okay? Okay, so in case you're new to us, I am surrounded by source of light, as Yeshua has taught me from the very, very beginning. A little backstory to Yeshua. Yeshua was, I remember in my awakening stages, I was having a hard time here, especially in 2012. And my spirit couldn't stay in my body anymore. It was lifting. I had lost all sensation in my legs. They were numb, literally numb. Could not touch. There was no touch to him. And I remember Yeshua started coming to me in dream time, and also just within my heart. And as he connected to my heart, he taught me how to shield, how to use the source of light that exists within ourselves and creation, from source, straight from source. He taught me how to use this love to embody it around me, how to shield from those people who mean harm, the negative energies, the inversions, everything that we talk about, the archons, artificial intelligence, the dark aliens. And with that, he taught me how to live in love and to be love and to embody love. So this is why so love to the earth, which reminds me is that, so let's all, in this moment in time, I had an A.U.R.A hypnosis session recently where Yeshua spoke through the client, and it was a somnambulistic client, meaning the client did not remember. So it was very deep, and you could really feel his love deeply, deeply. And as Yeshua spoke, he asked that we all focus more on the times that we had shared. You can find him under Instagram. And then I told him on the 13th hour, which is now the 1:11 time, that he asked us if we can all at 1:11 or 13th hour is what we agreed upon. If we could all envision Earth and we could visualize ourselves gigantic, and you'll hear it in the A.U.R.A session, but it's time to start now. And since we're channeling him, and you're going to embrace Mother Earth with a big old hug, and as you embrace her, so beautiful. Oh, I realize, oh yes, so let me finish. Yes, so as you embrace Mother Earth, he asked if we could hold that love for 13 minutes. But I told them, what if people can't hold it for 13 minutes? I asked them, I said, what if we I can do at least 4 minutes. So all for 1 minute now, let's all embrace Mother Earth, gigantic in our etheric astral forms, and let's hug her with the most infinite love. He said that this would be tremendous and infinite for the Earth to be able to do this, to hold the space, so that we can continue to activate, transmute the energies on Earth, save the children, most importantly, and bring forth some of the the leaders that we want to be in, I guess, presidential. And yeah, so make sure you keep an eye out for that session. In a couple of weeks we'll be posting that. It will be huge, so transforming. And the next one that's coming up is the next aura session that will be next upcoming week, is the birther of universes. If you guys remember her, she did another session with me, and it was phenomenal. Wait till you hear Mother Earth talk to her. It was gigantic. The title would be Mother Earth Does Not Consent. That she does not. So, all right, I am preparing now. So we're going to get started in a couple minutes here. So as I am surrounded by this infinite source of light, feeling its embodiment, feeling source channeling through me. And Gina's going to be joining us now. And she can say hi as soon as she joins here. I'm going to start putting myself in channel as soon as Gina comes forth. I'm going to let her introduce herself, as she'll be asking the questions since I will be in channel. Add your questions. Add your questions. Wow, 5th class, guys. We've had so much growth. If you watch the original classes that I hosted where Yeshua channeled through me, wow, the growth that I've had personally, and the growth that Mother Earth has had in the collective, it's just amazing. Sorry, having a little bit of technical difficulties. Gina will be on in a couple minutes. Maybe I'll sing while we wait for her. We could dance a little bit. Let's dance a little bit. Here we go. Dance with me. All right, Gina, my apologies. Come on in. Say hi.
Hi, everyone. I'm Gina. Thank you for having me here today. Turn my volume off here. So it's an honor to be here today. I'm so excited. Another class with Yeshua. So grateful to be here. You can find me and other AuroRa practitioners under the AuroRapractitioners.com, and also for me, clearheartsoflove.com. But I'm so grateful to be here. And please add your questions, because Yeshua is talking to you all today as well as us. So thank you.
Beautiful. Let's get started. Here we go. Let's have some fun, guys. Thank you for being here. Cura, 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 cúrame. Sana todo lo que llevo. Agradezco por mi vida. A Pachamama, yo te quiero. Cura, 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 cura. Sana todo lo que llevo. Agradezco por mi vida. A Pachamama, yo te quiero. Vuela con el viento. Vuela con el viento. Cura, 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 cúrame. Cúrame means heal me. Heal. Cura. Heal. Spanish. Thank you. It is such an honor to be here with you. I am Yeshua. I am the son of Divine Mother Mary. I am the son of Divine Mother Mary. I am the son of Divine Mother Mary. What an honor to be here with you within this century, to be speaking to you within this most beautiful class. Thank you for being within heart, to be listening to our sacred knowledge today. I am Yeshua. As I said, I am Jesus, also known through the Bible. That is me. I am the son of creation, but so are you, the daughters and the sons of Source. I am the embodiment of the Christ consciousness. I am you, for you are Christ consciousness within your hearts. You hold this within you, this connection that is found, yes, in these lower dimensions of the 13 dimensions and below, but yet it is found within all, that it threads and connects to all creation within earth of love. Christ consciousness is the heart, and you could call it the heart of creation, the name of the heart. We are Christ. Thank you. Just speaking through this beautiful vessel and speaking to you already brings me to such an infinite love that makes me want to cry in joy, but also sorrow at times, sadness for the lives on earth and all the trauma that you had to live through. I know I lived it with you, and I've lived among you time and time and time and over again. As we spoken prior through the other classes, I was born through the heart of Mother. You can say that I am the masculine of Mother. I am the beauty of what the Divine Masculine embodies as well. One who operates in sovereignty, in strength and love, and all which that consists within you. The air that you breathe, the eyes, the gleam that shines through your eyes, the energy that embodies out through your skin and the pores in your beingness, the love that you emanate. I am all of this. I am love, and I am the reminder to show you that so too are you this love. The beauty in which every single soul has been created individually, signatured, not one the same. The beauties of creation. I am here to activate the hearts of the collective of Earth, but I reside in the heart of creation. That is where I'm at. The 13 dimensions are pivotal to our universal schooling. The being, the reason why that is because here the souls incarnate in these dimensions to learn, to experience, to grow. And as all time is within itself, within oneself and linear to itself, all life and space, so too are you here in the third dimension, but so too are you in the 55th dimension, in the 11th dimension and on of the Elohim. You can find us in all dimensions, 9, 11, 8, 7, if you want to give us a number. But truly, we are the air that you breathe. Everything that gives life force. We are the heart of Divine Mother, of our Creator. As we pay homage and love to our Mother, the Creator, I would like to say that Mother Mary was one of the strongest divine feminine that ever incarnated. See, I knew her, of course, as she was my mother. But I remember when she birthed me and I was fully conscious in that little infantile body. And as she held me, she was my first touch, as no one else should touch the sacred child as is born. Remember, all of you are birthing Yeshua's now, and Mother Mary's. And as my mother touched me and held me to her heart, and placed my head and my heart to her heart, our hearts learned to beat as one. And in that moment in time, we aligned the earth, and we aligned her, and we began to heal her as her heart of Mother Earth beats as one to ours. Fully conscious was I could see the halo of my mother and the aura that is shown through illustrations of Mother Mary, the halo into her entire body, and her wings that were so beautiful. I thank creation in this tiny little body for being born to such a beauty, such a beautiful, infinite love and purity that she held. And in that moment in time and space, life, I knew what love was, as my mother embodied it, and was it, and is it. And my little hand, I held onto her finger as we gazed into each other's eyes and began on our journey. Our journey to awaken the hearts and to remind the collective of their hearts. For many forms that had been deleted, removed from the collective. We were here to remind you of this. As years passed, my mother was my greatest teacher. She taught me everything that I learned, everything that I embodied, as the seer too that I was, as she was the oracles that we were. She taught me how to read people's energies, read people's purities, intentions, but she also taught me to know that even though someone in a moment in time and space acts pure in love, how quickly that can shift. One inverted decision, how a person can become compromised and they are no longer that pure soul. She taught me the infinite love, but she also taught me how to shield myself and guard myself from these people who would turn into betrayals and enemies, as they called themselves, though not me. She taught me both how to be in both worlds and be an embodiment of love and infinite compassion and healing, but also understand that you know not of what choices people will make and how fast they can change. So this I give you, I heed over to you, I give you the word. Love all but attach to none, as we have taught you through the Christ consciousness. Don't take anything personal. Don't get hurt when someone makes a decision against you or someone harms you. Let it go. That is their choice, and that is their inverted timeline choice. You are here to walk the organic timeline as I did, and you must stay on it no matter what. You stay on it. You embody the sovereignty and the purity that we taught you from the scenes. You be that in every which way. And that includes surrounding yourself with the infinite source of light of people around you. Otherwise, they are used as pawns against you, as puppets against you. Be love for them, but understand, set very strong boundaries that you are attached to none. Their decisions are theirs, and yours are yours. That is all. We are all operating, creating our experience on earth, as you know. Let them create their experience, and you create yours. And may that be experience of love, always. Unconditional love. Water. We'll explain to you now the history of when I incarnated. As you have been learning through the Tartaria and Antarctica series, we began to communicate over to AuroRa the true galactic history of what occurred and what has been erased or compromised in your Earth. But many, as you have seen, have awakened to the Tartaria civilization. I want you to understand that I was just here, and I will explain to you how so. I've been many beings throughout your creation. I have been from the beginning of creation, Noah. Noah, who was brought forth from the lineage of Adam and Eve. I was also in times and spaces, and often am the firstborn, actually, in many families. Many families' firstborns carry a fractal of me. However, I was incarnated in many of your pivotal ascension processes. I was here in Lemuria. I was here in Atlantis when the split occurred. I was here holding that space and knew that the split will happen because I was a seer and I can see that what was to come, unfortunately, with the imbalance. Though we fought with all that we were, we stood up and we rised. Still the invertedness won, but not won to them. They won to what they think that they won. But truly, there's no winning in them because the light always wins. no matter what, no matter how hard the soul has been stepped upon, bruised, thrown rocks at, gossiped about, bullied, the soul still is that vigilant that it can rise. So in its inverted world, it thinks it had won then, but it has not. No, it hasn't. As I am an alchemist, as our mother, the alchemist of creation, Divine Mother, and I learned how to be that embodiment, just like I was at the beginning of Noah, and how to spread that light so that I could prepare myself for lives to come, as I also embodied as Horus, the firstborn to Isis, Divine Mother, Pharaoh Egyptian Isis, who was the Pharaoh of that time and space. See, we know how to honor the feminine. We know their equalness. Even though, for example, Isis and Osiris were together, my mother and father in that time and space, Osiris honored Isis, and he walked beside her, but understood that she was the creator, and that what she can see and sense was the most important. There was not one thing that Isis would not do that would not have a meaning. Everything she did, even down to the way that she would comb her hair, she would embody it for the collective as she was combing her children's hair of the earth. As she would embalm her skin, she would embalm the skin of her creations. Everything is not without purpose for Divine Mothers incarnated on earth. Once more, seeing this example from my mother, all these generations to come, where I incarnated once more over and over and over, till the Tartarian and Egyptian. See, the Egyptian pyramids that you see were full of life around them. They still held life, a civilization around it. Just as you see Cairo, though, it was inside and around the pyramids. It was spread out throughout all the pyramids. The last Egyptian dynasty, which I was the last heir to, as you would know him as Caesarion, however, not sure if I like that name. I was incarnated too then in Egypt, and that was one of my last incarnations before I was born as Yeshua. I was with my mother, Divine Mother Cleopatra. We will explain to you Tartaria, Egypt, the last dynasty of Egypt. All of these were living at the same time, these timelines. That is why even when you were seeing some of the, what do you call it, the Tartarian world expos, the ones that you saw different multi-races and pyramids alongside sacred temples that were look like Greece of origins. We all were living among each other, hundreds of years apart from each other. See, Cleopatra and this dynasty was not, say, conquered according to them until right about the time as well when Tartaria was coming to an end as well. So this memory was still not completely erased from the World Expo, from the humans of the World Expo. But as we have spoken the immunizations the children get when they're born, they start erasing these memories. Now, this is all part of the plan, compromising the magical creatures of the earth outside the walls of Antarctica, the Centaurians, the centaurs. And once you compromise them and the magic that exists, the most potent of the magic that it was held, then you can target these other areas. And the way that you do that is you use the people, the very same humans, the people in them centuries. You use them and you plague their mind with negative thoughts. You tell them to harm through all these negative technologies that we're focusing on them. That's how they do it. And they turn the people against each other. It is a dark venom that spreads through the minds and takes over. That shadows as a human ego. But truly, it is infringements and entities that people hold within the vessel, within the energy body. Too long you've been in this matrix. And the more that you passed away and returned back into the inverted cycle after the fall of Atlantis, this soul trap, the more that you accumulated these traumas that turned into physical attachments as implants, hooks, entities, or even parts of you that you hold in your body that are still not healed. Water. The lands are a lot closer than you think. I remember when I was Cleopatra's firstborn, I traveled to the States here, to sacred lands of the Grand Canyon, through a portal tunnel that exists from the Egyptian locations to the Grand Canyon location. We hid in these places. There's much still to be unveiled, but unfortunately, the governments have that restricted. I've been here over and over with you, and truly it's been such an honor. Now, fast forwarding to, it's happened another fall, you can say, of cycle, besides the fall of Atlantis. They have reset, depopulated once more the humans of Earth. And with this, they call themselves Romans, but we know who they truly are. They are the ones that cloak themselves and like to perform satanic rituals under the false name of Lucifer. False, false, false. As you know, Lucifer is divine father of creation. He is the beautifulest light of all the angels in the multiverse. And with that they taint it. They taint it. Who they're really worshiping is the Archon, which is the real devil, artificial intelligence. All this false information, false downloads, false integrations into you when you believe these false timelines. Then you bridge it in and you become the density of Earth, and you are what's keeping back the ascension. When you fall for these inversions, I want to point out that the next two aura regressions are very important for you to watch. Actually, all of the last months, beginning with the angel babies, dragon guardians, and the bird tribe gone forced to extinction, and the next two to come. What we need you to do is watch it. Watch them and feel it. Feel it in your heart, so you can assist with the collective healing that will come forth from them. We need you to listen very detailedly. This is the homework that I give you as Yeshua. Now we will fast forward to my birth. It's happened. The Romans are in charge. That's what they call themselves. And they have taken over as well some of the Greek temples and turned them into Roman. They begin to do that process already. They're in that process. It's a process. It doesn't happen instantly for them. It's a constant process of plaguing people's minds. And I am born one more time, right before you are now in this century. I was just born in the turn of the century. You would know it as 2000s. In actuality, as we have spoken through the Tartarian Antarctica series, they have added at least 1,000 years to that. Really, you are in the thousands. Therefore, I was born just about 100, and the time is hard to read though. We will go from 100 to 113 years ago, when the Romans have taken charge and they are controlling all through their false dictatorship and their false channeled information from false invertedness. And the Essenes, you can say, are the last ones standing. They are hidden though. They are hidden and they cannot see them. The mounds of Qumran, the very salt that lays beneath the crystal salt, is part of how it is shielded. And as going back to my mother, her birthing me within these 12 caves of Qumran is where my beginnings began. Everyone was pivotal, down to those who were positive in experience and negative experience. I loved and respected all that I was being taught. And I learned from those who were negative. I learned what not to be like. I learned not be selfish, to not be envious, to not be compromised, to not be influenced by physical products. I learned all of this as my mother was the embodiment of this. And as I continued to grow, she taught me. She taught me that no matter what was happening, no matter where we were traveling to, whether it was through the flat earth, understanding any of these lands, all of these lands are connected. They all have a bridge to one another. In some different sacred parts of the lands, they connect. And we walked. I could walk for years. What a joy it was. As I walked, I could feel the soil beneath me alongside holding my mother's hand. Together we walked. She kept me hidden. And of course, Divine Father was with her as well. You know him as Joseph. We walked the lands. She taught me everything that she could teach me, and she gritted me. I can tell you that there is not one land that I not touched put foot upon, whether it was physical or etherically through past lives. I've been there. My feet have soiled and grounded into every land. My mother is everything to me. I bring this to you because for too long the divine feminine have been oppressed, have been programmed to not believe in their power, to not believe in themselves, to fight against one another, to not be love. And yet you are the creators. You are the birthers of timelines. You are the birthers of starseeds who will bring forth the ascension, who carry the codes to shift the entire earth. You are the strongest beings that we have on earth. It is time for you to remember this. For your children look upon you as I did too to my mother. And may you return that look and those eyes to her. And may you stand up for yourself and stand up for others who cannot stand up for themselves. You be all that you can be in source of light. You be all organic. That is how we healed. My mother taught me how to heal people, how to use my source of light, if the higher self allowed, with the higher self permission, to embody this source of light, to expand it so far, to expand it like a wave towards the people that needed this aid, so that this wave could transmute the implants, the hooks, the negative reptilians attached to them, the entities. This is why entity removal, true entity removal modalities are important, as there is many unfortunate that instead attach entities. But this is why the true organic entity removal modalities are of the highest of importance, because we cannot continue to lift unless you clear yourself. You can heal blindness, you can heal your deafness, you can heal any illness, any disease that is rooted to trauma. Just find it, unhook it, unroot it, let it go, transmute it, burn it with the most beautiful etheric fires of source, phoenix fire, dragon fire, and bring forth light and cleanse and healing within water. That is how I did it. Sure, they call them miracles, but it was truly just a releasement of what was stuck within these people who would come into my presence and experience healing. And it was only they experienced healing because they were ready. Not that I was their savior, not that I healed them. It was that they healed themselves. That they had surrendered to source, surrendered to themselves, that they were ready, they had learned their lessons, they had humbly paid homage to those lessons. It is time you become the healer of yourself and teach and heal others to heal themselves. It is time. What are you waiting for? We need you. We need you. Light warriors, rise. 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 Awaken. Activate. love all. Through all these experiences, I learned. Came the day that I knew that I would be crucified, and I knew, for I had foreseen, the betrayal within the 12 disciples. The 12 disciples were embodiments of Elohim. However, as this is so incredibly tricky, densified on earth, people's own fears cloud them, their worries. And I knew betrayal would come at some point where my location would be given. However, even though it was negative, you can say, it still was divine, because it was meant to happen. I was meant to be crucified. I was meant to be walked with that cross on my back and tortured and whipped and bled from my feet and pinned with nails to my palms and tied up with barbed wire. Because no matter what, through every thorn and every harm that they did to me, I remembered the love that the Creator created me with. My mother, she is my best friend and will always be. And I tell you, masculine now, to visualize all the feminine around you like you. They are your best friend, your daughters, your mothers, your grandmothers, of course, those who are positive, as many of you have archonic people. So those of you who do have the privilege to actually have a mother who has been able to awaken, honor them and love them. And look at them with this love, for they are the other versions of us that complete us. They are the womb of creation. They are creation themselves. That is why they're the creator, because they are the womb. They are in which life through all creation and multiverse create from the etheric, plasmic wombs. Love, honor, and respect. That is what you live by. You love all. You honor their beingness and their choices, whether it's a negative or a positive. And you respect them. The meaning to respect is you don't overstep their boundaries. As many people on earth are on your YouTubes and different channels and are overstepping people's boundaries over and over by making up false histories, they call it, false galactic information. You're overstepping boundaries. I was love, but I was fire as well. And why you see the flame illustrated through my beingness, because I was sovereign. And today I remind you that so too are you this. I'm here again. I'm here in the hearts of all your firstborns. I am here. Never left you. I am no one's savior, but I am here to teach you so that you can too be like me, but in your own way. Be your own savior. You are your self-healer. You are love. Thank you for listening to me. You may proceed with your questions.
Greetings. We love you, honor you, and respect you. Thank you, Yeshua.
Greetings.
The celebration of Easter is coming up, and it is known as the holiday celebrating your death by crucifixion and resurrection on the third day. What would you like to share with us about this?
Yes. Thank you. I chose this date because it is a springtime. Right after the spring equinox, it is a time of rebirth. It is also a time where many babies are being born. Babies within squirrel families, bird families, the animals of earth, and many people. We used to have a rise of birthing within this time, but as you know, there is high amounts right now of infertility occurring. Therefore, this time, what they're using is that they are, as you know, all the religions, the Catholic specifically, but also really any religions are based off what our sacred teachings were. The Romans took our teachings, and then religions began to multiply out from the Catholic Church. They even removed me from the Jewish teachings, the Jewish religion. They don't even mention me there. All these false downloads again, false information from the Archon. False. It's all part of keeping the collective asleep, as you know, keeping you densified. And during this time, they claim that I am resurrected and that you must go through this type of satanic ritual is what it is. And then constantly you're drinking the blood of me, according to what these churches say, the blood and the bones of Jesus, adding on to making the collective asleep, further fall asleep. I did not resurrect. Wow, that would have been beautiful. I did not resurrect. That is false. That is false. That is false. My mother birthed me and raised me and knew that someday I would ascend out. I did ascend out, but I did not resurrect physically. I ascended out. I did what I needed to do, and it needed to happen. My spirit needed to fractalize into all of earth, and in order for me to do that, I had to ascend out, so that then my soul can fractalize into all the hearts of our earth. Those who chose it, of course. So it's false information. I ascended out, back into the Christ consciousness, back to the heart of creation. Here I am still speaking to you from the 13th dimension and from the heart of Source. Here I am still. Easter represents this time that they call Easter. It truly represents a manifestation for you. And what are you creating? You could visualize yourself like you are a dragon that is cultivating and has hatched an egg during winter, and you keep it warm, and you perhaps hibernate with your egg. And then in springtime, this egg hatches. What will be born from it? Baby dragons, your manifestations, your love, your healings, your creations. So this is what it really represents. That is why they have the children put eggs, and then they go on the egg hunt and the Easter bunny, which is so creepy. And then they place candy of all things in these eggs, candies which are AI that attack the light of the children as processed sugars. And then they densify the lights of the children, the brightest lights, alongside the animals. And then who's taking care of the children? All the parents are off drinking alcohol. Once more, all these holidays, not paying attention to their children. But really, it's a sacred time, a sacred ritual, sacred ceremony. We're together as a family, we create and we birth out our eggs of creation. So it is a hatching of your creations. Be that and feel that. And do not give any feeding to any fear, any worry. They're going to try all sorts of inverted games. And AuroRa said that she will speak of this to her practitioners in their last meeting. And of course, I was listening. So I would like to say, stop worrying or freaking out or being paranoid or fearful of these different diabolical plans that they try. It's okay. Be aware of them, of course, but don't let them lower your vibration so that you become fearful of them. They're inverted games. They're going to try all sorts of invertedness. I know it. The Romans did it. Goodness, just to find me, they were killed off the boys, the baby boys in Jerusalem. But they didn't know I was cloaked within the scenes. They will try their very best, and we're seeing that once more, the genocide upon children. You know through what? The V. It is being seen again. The wombs are being attacked, which is why I spoke of the wombs, the creators, the feminine. It is time we say no. Just like I taught you to say no, I do not agree to this. I do not consent. I am sovereign. I am free. And I will only be the embodiment of Source because Source is my creator. I am Source of light. Have we answered your question?
Yes, very much so. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You may proceed.
Was the resurrection, now that we know as an ascension for Yeshua, was that the start of the return of the Christ consciousness? And how can we help other religions understand this and that we save ourselves through these teachings for ourselves?
Yes, exactly. Thank you for challenge. Thank you to your beautiful higher self, as I know who you are, channeling through you. That I agree with what you said. Exactly. Now, yes, is the representation to ascension. So therefore, thank you for bringing that. That's what these Easter times, the spring equinox can. They are the literal embodiment of ascension. What do we want to ascend out into? What do we want to rise in ascending consciousness through our experience on earth? How do we teach this to other religions? That is hard. Whew. That's a hard question. The dogma, the programming on religion is deeply virused, integrated into these people. What you can do, as we always teach, is just be love. Be love and be that example. If someone comes to you and tells you, for example, let's say Jehovah Witness comes to you and says, you know, you must renounce all these things and give your word away to our God. What do they call it? I believe they call it Jehovah. And we must pay penance. And they also actually believe that the most beautiful creations, the babies, actually don't hold the soul inside of them until they go through some kind of ceremony. Oh my goodness. Horrific, horrific, horrific. When they come at you, we use the example of AuroRa. She remembers this Christian had come to her and told her, and trying to recruit her over to Christianity. And AuroRa told her that she believed in angels. And this person was so repulsed by, how could you name angels, that it was an actual energetic psychic attack that was happening, that was trying to happen to AuroRa, but she was so strong. And when this person said that about sins and all these laws and man-made laws, AuroRa just looked at her and told her, Source, God is not that. Source is love. And I don't believe that. Source is love. That is false. That is it. Love, love, love. You stand your ground in love, and you make it very clear to them that you will not allow this false programming to be part of your life. And nor do you agree to it. Do you consent to it? Or do you align with it for the further separation upon humankind, to continue to separate all these beautiful beings who are not meant to be separated like this, through different types of worships where they give away their power, give away their sovereignty, their energy, their light. They're giving away their light to be eaten away. Have we answered your question?
Yes, you have. We have a follow-up question to that. Is how can we connect to you without the mainstream churches?
Yes, so it is hard. These churches, as you know, are Tartarian buildings, are buildings that stood side by side with the Pyramid of Giza, these pyramids, alongside with also the sacred Greek temples. So they're ancient, these cathedrals. So what I would say is that you visit these cathedrals if you want a place to see me or to be with, but honestly, as you know, I am found inside your heart, and you are your temple, and so is especially your home, your sacred temple. So the true answer, though, is you find it inside your heart. You find me in your heart. That's the true answer. However, if you do want a physical, besides your own home being a sacred temple, you can go to churches and cathedrals that still hold this beautiful architecture that, as we have spoken through Tesla knowledge, that what they really were, the embodiments of. Don't go during Mass, but go any time. Most of these churches are always open. Shield yourself, of course. Step in there, and what you're going to do is that as you walk foot upon these sacred lands of these were positive buildings, they still hold that original blueprint. And what you're going to do is you're going to activate that original organic blueprint of how all these temples, pyramids, and cathedrals and our Tartarian buildings all were part of the gridding of Earth, energetically are all intertwined together. So as you walk foot upon this cathedral, you're going to feel the true embodiment of when it was built organically, positively, and its true beauty, and you're going to feel and sense the organic blueprint of that come online. When you do this, this will be profound work, as it will ripple out, as A.U.R.A last spoke of in the artificial wombs, which she got a restriction over it on here on this platform. So that video of the artificial wombs, and we spoke about how the Vatican and all cathedrals are connected. It is time we become the light warriors on foot, the healers, and know that we are all meant to be healers in our own which way. So even if it is just walking into one of these cathedrals and holding that love light, just as I taught you to hold that source of light till the very end, no matter what they did to me, I held it. And I held that hope and that perseverance, that organic timeline that I foresaw. You hold it and you hold it and you never let it go. You never worry. You never fearful. You never doubt, especially not in yourself. And you walk with this beingness, this frequency, this vibration into these cathedrals, per this example, or any of these ancient temples you're walking into, which you call monuments and so on. And then you activate those blueprints, bring them back online. That is all. Just be love. Be your most organic self with no infringements within you. You walk in there and then it ripples out. It changes. If you could visualize like a cathedral, you're inside of it. And all of a sudden, all this aura and energy and rainbow colors come out of you. And then it ripples out like this wave. Like perhaps movies where it goes dim, the colors go dim, and then they start turning into beautiful, vibrant, crystalline, colorful light. And then you feel it activate. And then these pillars of light activate one another. Do this for us whenever you can. Feel it in your heart. You may proceed with your questions.
Yes, thank you. What prayer do you have for us to pray for peace on our planet? I know change has to happen, but how can we help it happen more peacefully? Thank you. I love you.
I love you with all that I am. Prayer. I don't have an exact prayer for you. However, I can share some of what I would do. It would just come natural, like channeling. As I would walk, I would say, I am everything. And I would sing this song to my mother, as well as I would always play invisible to her, because I would have to make myself invisible at times. Even though she could see me, she would pretend I was invisible. And I would say, I'm invisible, I'm invisible, I'm invisible. And as I would just hop along, holding her hand, I would tell my mother, I am the leaf, mother, who the wind embraces and moves. And mother, do you see how the wind is touching every one of these trees? But do you see, mother, how every single one of these trees is dancing to its own rhythm? Even though the same wind is coming from the same direction. I am found, mother. I see myself in the inside that bird that is flying. I am everything, mother, everything that is organic, down to the tiniest little grains of sand. I could see everything in its higher dimensional light. I could see, sense, feel, know. Most important, feeling. If someone needed assistance. So it's about allowing the nature to channel through you, and that you can say can become a prayer to you. You could say something like, I am love, I am organic, I am pure, I am strong, I am beautiful. What are you? Or what is it that you want to become? I am organic, I am a healer, I am, I am, I am, I am. I am the child of Source. I am in love with creation. I am. I am, I am. No exact prayer, just that you find your own prayer within you. It is found there. It's waiting for you to remember. It's waiting for you to write. You may continue.
Beautiful, thank you. There are several questions that we have on here from stories in the Bible. And one was how wanting to know about Mary Magdalene, if she was the first to witness Yeshua's resurrection, which now we know was an ascension. What happened there in that moment?
Yeah, so yes, things have been changed. However, they did see my ascension come forth. But truly, though, let me explain to you. When I was on that cross, I was already in an altered state of consciousness. I was here, but not here. I truly had already really ascended out. So even though my mother, as well as Mary Magdalene, was hard to watch me, they saw when my spirit lifted. They knew that I could hold the strongest theta brainwave, as you call it now, and I could feel nothing. I could not feel any of the pain. All I could feel is love. And this love shielded me and protected me. Therefore, I never felt pain. Even though the people around me that were watching my beauty be tormented like this, blood coming out from me, and they cried for me, I felt no pain. No pain. No pain. So the closest to me understood that. Therefore, when they placed my body in this sacred cave, that the Romans did give them that. They allowed for my body to be taken to this sacred cave, which I would not name where. And they embalmed my body, not so much because they thought I was resurrecting, but because they were giving homage and love to the vessel, the beautiful vessel that was able to carry my beautiful soul, that allowed for me to incarnate upon this earth, and that I so loved and treated it with the greatest health. And they embalmed it, just part of the sacred ceremony. However, they knew and they could see me, as they were seers, they could see me there standing with them. So yes, there was great sadness, but my strength to them, my soul bond with them was immense. They'd never experienced a moment of losing me, because they knew truly they had never lost me, because I never left them. Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did very beautifully. Thank you. We have a follow-up question from that as well. You just spoke about pain, and they wanted to know how hard it was to know the future pain of humanity that they were in for, as your physical body was also.
Yes, it's hard. It's hard because you know that I could see the timelines to come and all the different types of inversions and tried inverted timelines. And my birthing point, my ascending point, or resurrection as they call it, was to provide the blueprint of love, light, crystalline energy, so that I could become, you can say, like star energy, stardust. And I can then grid the most positive timelines so that you can then retrieve them. I became the birthing of that with my ascension process. And then you are just meant to retrieve these codings and like codes within Earth. I have forgotten your question. Repeat your question.
It was about knowing the future timelines to come and the pain that humanity would experience. How is that feeling for you?
Yes, It is hard. It is hard. It's similar like how AuroRa said when she was a couple of years ago explaining to you all what was coming with, you know what, the V and, you know, the virus and all of that. And she was telling you before it was about to happen, the infringements on consciousness on babies. And through the covering died suddenly, how she cried. I cried with her inside of her. That was me too crying when she covered that video. Because it's hard. We are such, like I, for example, I was at such a higher understanding in love light that I could see what was about to happen, but I knew that these people had chosen their path. So it is hard because you know that they have chosen their path and that in some forms, karmically, energetically, they do need to balance out this for themselves. And only they can go through the experience to choose to learn the lessons. And all we could do is hold the love for them. Hold the love, no matter what. So we cry. Yes, we cry. We cry in tears. Because, I mean, who would want to see another be hurt? No one wants another to be hurt. It's hard. And we continue as a Christ consciousness, as Creator, Source, Divine Mother, and Father, to hold the love for you. You have chosen this experience. All of it has been chosen. You are free-willed. If you are not given the choices, then there is no free will. You are free-willed because you have the choice. Ultimately, we are all fractals of one another from Source. Just honor everyone's choices and love them no matter what. It doesn't mean that they need to be best friends with you or be in your life. As I have said prior, I wasn't going to go be a bestie with, the Romans. No, I kept myself invisible from them. As far and as I could. And I moved and I never stood still. I kept moving and moving and moving. I would host a teaching and then I would move instantly. I knew exactly when I needed to move. And I would go to another location. They couldn't keep up with me. And I cloaked myself with an invisibility cloak, as my mother taught me. And that is why I lasted to the year of 33 years old. And that is okay. That was 33 equals 6, which equals ascension, correct? The outrising from the inverted. Out, you come out. Let's rise out from it. Did I answer your question?
You did. Thank you so much. She's been in there for a little while. How is she doing?
Doing good. We'll take 2 more questions.
Are there any messages that you have for starseeds, angels, and other beings who are now incarnated on Earth?
The biggest is that number 1 is the mission over everything. Everything. Number 1 is the mission. If you are a parent, your grandest mission is, of course, to protect your children and to teach them all that you are learning. And from there, the number 1 mission is for ascension, to save as many souls, to help others save themselves, and to hold the love no matter what. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Just like we asked, AuroRa told you about embracing Mother Earth, on the 13th hour every day for at least 13 minutes. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Visualize yourself like that, holding the love. And just keep it, keep it, keep it. And when you feel yourself astray, bring yourself back. Reel yourself back in. Do it. Back, back, back. Back to love. Always love. Always love. But also don't shy from your emotions. Because even though I was love, I still had a temper, as you would call it. But only temper though when I would see others harm others. That I would not stand for. It is beautiful, beautiful to see the starseeds on Earth come into this more understanding of standing up for oneself and standing up for others. Not harming self and not harming others. Self-loving self and loving others. It is beautiful. The energy is rising, the light is rising, but there's still much work to do. Much work to do. Don't be such in a hurry to get there. You're trying to run when you're meant to jog. In other words, when you run really fast, say you're running down the forest pathway. You're sprinting, you're running really fast. You're trying to ascend out. You need to get out of here, right? Can you admire and love the scenery as you're running so fast? No, you can't. You're running so fast that you were just really barely seeing silhouettes of the trees that are passing by you. But instead, if you slow down and you walk, and you sprint if you have to, but walk, and you look and admire the birds and the sky and the sun and the trees and the organic clouds, and that is where you connect. See, but when you sprint so fast, you forgot to connect. You didn't even give yourself time to connect. So slow down. Pay attention to all around you. Fall in love with everything around you that is love, that is organic. And stop and smell that flower. And stop and listen to that frog croaking, if that's what you call it. I've forgotten what that was called. Stop and listen to the birds calling and singing. Slow down and listen, and you will get to the end of that path, no matter what. But instead, you have done so much work by falling in love with your creation and your life and you, because you learned to love all around you. Then now you will be ready to ascend out, because you took your time to love all. And then when you reach, say, the deadline, the end of that race, or the end of, then you're ready to then ascend out. I am love, you are love, let's go be love. Let's dance to love, let's sing to love, let's eat, let's nourish ourselves with love. All is love. And it's time to bring the souls that are meant to come forth in the upcoming years. It begins, as we said. It has begun. It has begun, it has begun. They are here already. Bring those babies in. Thank you. Did we answer both questions, or do you have one more?
There was one more question. As you're such a beautiful beacon of hope and love for so many, this would be very beautiful to answer. What would you like to share with those who feel out of alignment or have tried everything and need extra hope?
Have you really tried everything? Have you cleared your vessel from negative infringements? Most of you have not, and that's why you're misaligned. Okay? Because that's the scenes we embodied that. Remember what the scenes spoke about, and through their channeling, is that they were holding the organic timeline. The organic blueprint of Earth. So if you are truly clear and don't have any infringing energies within you or attachments, then what is causing the next misalignment? Sit down and meditate. Think about your life. What is missing? What is misaligned? Who am I perhaps listening to that is causing a misalignment? Who do I still have in my life who is not a matching vibration to my purity? All these things are what are holding you back from misalignment. What do I still need to heal within my own self that is causing myself trauma? That's causing me disempowerment and doubt, fear. Where is it? Where is it in time and space? Higher self, team, where can I find it? Let's find these things that need to come to the surface so that they can then release. That is what's causing a misalignment. A being that it is operating in organic with no infringements, no attachments, as I did, and as the Essenes did, as my mother and my wife and my children did, we were not misaligned. We knew the mission, we stuck to it, and we were pure. So what is causing you the misalignment? There is something you are missing. And the most of you are just people who should not be in your life. That's the majority. You're still holding on to these people. And if you have done this and you're still having a misalignment, what is it? Something you're doing that is causing the misalignment. If one is aligned, one is operating within true organic, there's no way to be misaligned. Or if at times we could be misaligned, it's okay. We have the power to align ourselves once more, to stop and slow down and listen to our hearts, our consciousness that are giving us the answers. So what are you not listening to? What are you not embodying that is misaligning? Only what causes misalignment is what is foreign, what is artificial, what is synthetic. Because obviously these things are not truly organically yours. So let's start deleting these inverted timelines and removing them from our consciousness, from our beingness, from ourselves and our children's lives and our spouses. That is all you can do. You cannot remove these things from others besides your spouse and your children, because you are the family union. You are the legion. You have to view your family like it is it's an angel legion, because it actually is. Whether you are a single parent or whether you are a parent, two parents, your children and you are a legion, and you are together assisting each other all day long. So as a parent, what I would recommend is that I would be very cautious of what you're allowing to become part of your belief system, part of your energy, because then your children are affected by your actions and they struggle. So what is it? Find it. You can do it. Call on me. I can assist you. I can help you hold the space for your own self, for you to find these self-healings. Christ consciousness, source, whoever you connect to, tell them to come hold the space for you. Ask us. We are benevolent. We cannot overstep boundaries. So you must ask us. And when you ask us, we will hold the most beautiful, infinite source of light so you can find all the misalignments, all that is hidden and masked in the inverted darkness. You will find it. I know it. I know you will. I see your timeline. See, but the biggest thing to me is that I embodied belief in myself. Yes, though, it was huge that my mother taught this to me, though, the minute I was Even before I was conceived and she carried me in her womb, I knew I had this confidence, this strength, this belief in myself, my abilities, my visions. So that is what many lack of, belief in oneself. And you don't believe in yourself, that is an instant misalignment. Because then you are operating in a lower vibration where that's exactly where they want you to be operating in. And of course, it will become a misalignment. Thank you, Philly. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I love you with all that I am. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. What a joy it has been to be among you, my beautiful brethren. Just call me brother. Just brother. I am brother. Thank you. I love you, honor you, and respect you. Go teach. Go watch those baby smiles. Go walk your path. And go walk on water. Just as I did. Because I saw through the inverted matrix. See, I was able to walk on water because I turned that water into organic. And everywhere you turn that to organic blueprint, its original blueprint of the fifth dimension and higher. Crystalline, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I am Yeshua, Son of Divine Mother Mary. I am Yeshua, Son of Divine Mother Mary. I am Yeshua, Son of Divine Mother Mary. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Let's go rejoice life and let's go be love. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you with all that I am. Cura, 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 cura. Heal. Heal yourself. I will see you next time. I'll see you in your hearts. Oh, wow. There, wow. Greetings, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for being here. What a phenomenal time I've had here with you. Whew, 240 here, which adds up to the number 6, right? Yeshua talked about. What a joy. Thank you, Gina, for holding the space and asking the questions. Thank you, all of you in chat live here holding the space, and all of you who will be here as well holding the space. It is time we all learn to hold the space, something Yeshua has taught me as well. Hold the space. Just as you see me with every aura of regression that I share, I hold that space, and I hold it, and I hold it so infinitely that these beings who are ready to self-heal themselves because someone held this unconditional source of light that no one else could hold for them before. So you keep holding that, okay? I love you all with all that I am. Come meet me at Eureka Springs. Come to the Ozark Mountains where Yeshua, I believe he's about maybe 50 or 40 feet tall there. But they have a beautiful Jesus statue there, Yeshua, standing on the cliff of one of the Ozark mountain ranges. Come find him there in this key of Shambhala there. Come find yourself, become your healer, self-heal yourself. Come walk your most organic timeline, as that's what he taught us, to be that and to hold it, as that's what we teach you. You do this for yourself. Self-attuning yourself. I am just a bridge communicating. So come, become certified at Eureka Springs in May. Otherwise, I'll see you in June, online workshop, and then just check out my website for other dates. I love you with all that I am. I'm so proud of you to be able to be strong enough to understand this and to be here. I love you, honor you, and respect you. Thank you, everyone. Have fun. Go dance and hug your beloved ones even if they're furry, cute little things. Or even if they're fairies flying around, go give them hugs. All right, thank you. I love you. I will see you next time. And Yeshua is saying, let's finish it up with a little dancing. So let's dance it off. He likes this song. He says it reminds him of his Egyptian times as Horus. Let's go. Alright guys, see you around. I love you.